Hey there, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you 5 new recipes that require very little to no heat at all. So you already know they're perfect for this time of year. You're also going to be getting a wide variety of recipes, so like lunches, side dishes, and dinners. I hope you enjoy it, and let's go get started. We're kicking today off by making my favorite chicken club wraps. So to begin, we're going to start on the ranch sauce. In this little bowl, I added 1/3 cup of ranch dressing. You could use any brand of ranch dressing you like. Then add in 1/4 cup of salsa. Give this a stir. Then this makes the best ever ranch sauce in the world. I promise, it's really good. Now to start to assemble our wraps, I'm using these garden spinach herb wraps today. This is my first time using these wraps actually, and I did find that they are pretty good and I do recommend them. To the wrap, I added a little bit of that ranch sauce, followed by some cooked rotisserie chicken that I grabbed from the grocery store like this. I like buying this rotisserie chicken, especially in the summertime, so I don't have to cook chicken and heat up my house. Then I added some sliced tomatoes, shredded cheese. Next, I added this pre-cooked crumbled bacon. This will add so much great flavor to your wrap. Lastly, I added a couple slices of butter lettuce. I wrapped this up, then it was ready to serve. I love making these wraps for my family, for lunch, or for dinner, and these wraps are amazing because you could easily add ingredients to them or subtract ingredients. Also, we love dipping them in that ranch sauce. Now we're making this Italian grinder sandwich, and it is viral all over the internet right now, so I wanted to give it a try. This is kind of like my take on it. So to begin, we are going to start with our vegetables: 1 red onion, a tomato, and a smaller head of iceberg lettuce. I cut those veggies up. Now I'm going to set them to the side. In this bowl, we're going to start on the grinder mixture now. So I added 1 cup of mayonnaise. Next, add 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. The red wine vinegar adds so much great flavor. A teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, a tablespoon of minced garlic. Then add in 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, then 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Give this a whisk to combine the ingredients. Now go ahead and add in about 1/4 cup of sliced banana peppers with about 1 tablespoon of that banana pepper juice. Then add in your sliced up lettuce and onions. Give this a really good stir to coat the onions and the lettuce in that sauce. Then place this in your refrigerator to store. Now we're going to start on our bread. I have one of these large loaves of bread that I grabbed from Walmart. You will just see me slicing it in half lengthwise right now. After I was through slicing it in half lengthwise, I removed some of the excess bread from the center, just like this. I do like doing this just because it does add a little bit more emphasis on the meat and the grinder mixture in the center. So now I am going to be adding slices of Swiss cheese on that bread, or you could use any type of cheese you like. I place this in my oven to bake on a sheet pan lined with parchment paper on 375 degrees for about 10 minutes. If you don't want to bake this, you certainly don't have to, but it's very minimal time that it does bake in your oven, and it does add quite a bit of flavor. Now that we have our cheese perfectly melty and the bread is nice and crisp, we are going to be adding our sliced tomatoes on one side. And over those sliced tomatoes, you are going to be adding all of the grinder mixture that we made up. That grinder mixture is absolutely out of this world good. Every day since I've made it, I have craved it. It is really, truly that good. Now for the meats that we're going to be putting over the grinder mixture, I'm just using sliced mesquite turkey, pepperoni, and salami, but you could use any type of deli meats that you enjoy. After I sliced this up, it was ready to eat, and I know exactly why this is viral all over the internet right now. This has to be one of my all-time favorite sandwiches ever. It is packed full of flavor, and it is just so good. You definitely have to try this variation of it. I was skeptical about it at first, but trust me, I will be making this all the time from now on. This spaghetti salad is too good not to share it with you, so to begin, to my pot of boiling water, I added about a pound of spaghetti noodles that I broke into smaller pieces. I am going to cook those spaghetti noodles according to the bag instructions. While they're cooking away, we're going to start on our vegetables. There's a ton of veggies in this recipe, but that's what makes it so good. I cut up 2 cups of cherry tomatoes, a cucumber, a green and red bell pepper, a medium-sized zucchini, and 1 red onion. All these vegetables mixed together are just so perfect. I set our veggies to the side. We're going to start on this extremely easy dressing now. So to this bowl, I added in about 16 ounces of Italian dressing. You could use any type of Italian dressing you like. Then I added in 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese and 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds. I gave this a really good whisk just to incorporate the ingredients together. Then I set this dressing to the side. Back over to our pasta that is now cooked. I am going to just strain it over my sink. I have this over the sink strainer and it's amazing. I'll leave it linked in my Amazon store for you, along with all the other products that I'm using in this video. But to cool down our pasta, I like to rinse it in cold water. This really makes it cool down extremely fast. But I brought our cooled down pasta to this large bowl and I added it right in there. Next, I tossed in this small can of sliced black olives that I drained. After those black olives, I added in all of those vegetables that we cut up earlier. The last thing I added in was our dressing. Then I gave this a really good stir. You're going to want to let this chill in your refrigerator for at least an hour, then you could serve it up. Here's what this looks like out of the refrigerator. This has amazing bold flavor. My entire family loves this one, especially my little toddler Brinley, because she loves spaghetti noodles. And then I do also want to mention, if you're into meal prepping or you want to start meal prepping, this recipe is great for you just because it has so many different vegetables and it is really easy to meal prep. I've done it before. Now we're making a personal favorite for me, these 7-layer burritos. So to get them started, you're going to want to use a flour tortilla. Next, you're going to want to use some refried beans. I just used a can of refried beans and I warmed mine up in the microwave, but you could use any type of refried or regular beans you like. On those refried beans, I'm adding a little bit of sliced black olives, next shredded iceberg lettuce, a couple dollops of sour cream, then diced tomatoes, shredded cheese, and guacamole. But you could add any toppings you want to these 7-layer burritos to kind of personalize them to your taste. I rolled it up, cut it, and then I enjoyed it. I really like making these for quick lunches for us during the week just because I typically have all these ingredients on hand, or most of these ingredients at least, and these are pretty healthy for you and they are delicious. They require pretty much no heat at all besides microwaving those beans, which is nothing. Now we're making this Greek tzatziki chicken, so to get this one started, we're going to cut up our veggies, a half of a cucumber, a half of a red onion, and some cherry tomatoes. I set those veggies to the side. Now into this medium-sized bowl, I'm adding 1/3 cup of Kalamata olives that I sliced. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Then I added in a tablespoon of minced garlic and 3/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt. Make sure you get the plain yogurt, not the vanilla. Next, I added in 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice along with a half a cup of feta cheese. Now I'm adding in our chicken. Again, I'm using that rotisserie chicken that I just grabbed from the store, so I didn't have to cook the chicken myself. It makes it really easy like that. Then I'm going to add in about a half a tablespoon of dill and a half a tablespoon of parsley. with about a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. Then you are going to add in those veggies that we cut up earlier, and you are going to give this a really good stir. After everything was well coated, I put cling wrap over the top and I let this chill in the refrigerator for at least an hour so it could set up. But now it's time to serve it up. So I have my Greek pita bread right here and I am going to fill it with that filling. And I do want to mention to you, all of these recipes that we're making today are so easy to double or half. So if you want to make them for a larger amount of people or not make as much of it, you certainly can. But here's the finished product. I really need to make Greek recipes more often because they are just so good and they really are easy to make and they do have a really fresh taste about them. I love them. I hope you found a meal for yourself today and I would really love to have you here. So go ahead and subscribe down below the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.